my lives. I go live and, you know what I'm saying, answer questions for you guys, on Wednesday. So fire off away. How y'all doing today? All right. Someone said I signed up for the mini class this coming Monday, Pack for Life. That's what's up, bro. Yeah. So I know some of you guys haven't heard or probably didn't catch my live last week, but what I'm doing now, instead of having a VIP one-on-one class like every single day, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm having a group VIP mini class, which is the same price, 1150, but we only gonna get like 4 or 5 people in that class, so that way we can be able to service a lot more people to help them get up and running in the trucking industry. But bro, I can't wait. Can't wait. Someone said, "What's your opinion on what's going on to happen in?" Someone said, "What's your opinion on what's going to happen in October with the MC numbers are eliminated?" I don't think anything is going to happen. I think being by the MC number being eliminated in October means absolutely nothing. You still always have an MC and a DOT number. I never really could understood why they had two of them anyway, because you got to have an MC, you got to have a DOT. Used to the DOT was only for your state. The MC allowed you to cross state lines. Pretty much they're saying that it's supposed to be cutting down on fraud and stuff like that. So I don't think anything is going to happen, because now your DOT number has to just be as your MC number, where it was your MC and your DOT, you just have one. So I don't think that's really going to affect trucking at all, in my opinion. Someone said, how will it affect the lease owns? It won't, because it's basically the same thing. Instead of you having, just like right now, let's just say we got a social security number, right? Everybody got a social security number. What if they came out with this new thing called MSN number? Instead of social security, MS number is the same exact thing as this, that we won't have both a MC and a DOT, one at the state level and one at the federal level, if that makes sense. So now it would just be one, which is the DOT. So I don't think it's going to stop lease ons. I mean, because you still got to have a DOT. So you have to have both. Most people, not all people, but some people have a DOT that don't have an MC that's not crossing state lines. But then most people that's in trucking and they planning to cross state lines, they'll get an MC number and a DOT number at the same time. So if that makes sense, my MC and DOT number, pretty much is the same, time length, if that makes sense. All right. Someone said, appreciate it. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you too. Someone said, what's up? Just had my call with Trucker Ron and I'm setting up my compliance and authority. That's what's up, man. Y'all remember you, Shaman? That's what's up. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's the guy I was telling you about last week that did the masterclass that was 23. I'm super proud of him. Starting his trucking company. My hat goes off to you, bro. Congrats. Congrats on getting started. Someone says, why is a 26-foot box truck needed? Can we use a smaller truck as long as there's a lift gate? Good question, Kivo. No. So you can use a smaller truck that's smaller than a 26-foot box truck. You can use a 16-foot box truck, which is called a cube truck. So that's the smallest, the smallest equipment that you can do actually with Amazon Relay. So a 16-foot cube truck is the smallest. Then there's a 26-foot box truck. Then you have the semis, if that makes sense. But no, you cannot use like a smaller unit than a 16-foot cube truck, if that makes sense. So you can't use cargo vans, you can't use Sprinter vans, you can't use your pickup. I get a ton of questions asking me that. A lot of people ask me those questions every week. Can I use my Sprinter van? Can I use my car? Can I use a dually? No. In order to do Amazon Relay, you will need at least a 16-foot cube truck, 26-foot box truck, or a semi to do Amazon Relay. All right. Let's see what other questions we have. Say, well, how much do you charge to lease on after we join the masterclass? It's a 10%. So basically it's 10%. A lot of people ask me this question. Is it 10% of gross, or 10% daily or 10% weekly? In theory, it's 10% weekly, but it adds up to the same thing. 10% of a week, 10% of a day. When you calculate it, is the same 10%. So with that being said, yes, it's 10% for a week. If you made, let's say, $4,500 one week driving with Amazon Relay, literally they'll keep $450. You'll get the remainder amount every single week. You get paid every week. When they get paid, you get paid. It's 10%. If you don't run, you don't owe nothing. So it's no fee to actually sign on after you take the masterclass, if that makes sense. All right. Someone says, oh yeah, that's someone else. But someone said, thank you so much. You're welcome, bro. Someone said, why you choose to have 5 trucks instead of 6 trucks when it's non-peak season? Good question. So the reason why I have 5 trucks versus 6 trucks or even 10 trucks during off-peak season. So what I do is this, what I do. The industry, all industries have ups and downs, peaks and valleys are what I call it. So in the slower months, January, February, kind of like in March, what I do is I actually scale down so that way I don't have to worry about, having that many drivers. And the real reason behind it is this. When I scale up to 10 trucks or 9, 10 trucks during the peak season, when I have 9 trucks, I got to have 12, 13, 14 drivers. Now that becomes a lot of work. That's not easy to do. It's not easy like having 5 trucks. So I always tell people this. I'd rather have 5 dedicated trucks making $200 per night per truck. That's basically $1,000 a night. That's 30 nights. That's 30,000 that I'm netting. I'd rather make $30,000 net than 50,000. But now I feel like I'm working for it. Now I feel like now I got so many moving parts. I got 10 trucks or 6 trucks, not even 6, but let's just say 10 trucks. Is a difference between having 5 trucks and 10 trucks. So now my workload increases. Now I have to do more monitoring of drivers, and I just don't feel like that. So I only do it during peak season, prime week. In October is when I kind of start scaling up from more than 5 trucks. Usually throughout the year, I just keep 5 trucks. Like I always tell y'all, I don't know if y'all pay attention to my live, but if I make $30,000 a month, it ain't too many things I can't afford. I got the cars I want, I do what I want, I buy what I want. So in my life, at the age I'm at, I always look at work-life balance. I personally don't see how somebody can have way more money, but they're working crazy amount of hours. It just don't make sense to me. Money, in a nutshell, is made to be enjoyed. Like I don't want to make 50,000, but now I'm working 40 hours a week or working like a dog to make that money. I did 16 years in corporate America. This year would have been 20. I'm out of work. I retired from working, and I don't want to do nothing that look like work anymore. So if that makes sense, I hope to answer your question. But guess what? There is people that have more, trucks than me, and my hat goes off to them. I just don't. And by me having 5 trucks and working literally like an hour a day, that allowed me to be able to get my money, stack my money, and do other things. Logistics is not my passion. I think I told y'all that from day one when I came into this industry. I'm a business person, businessman. If it make money, I like it. If it don't, I don't like it. So with that being said, logistics is not my true passion. Really, real estate is. And now, of course, that allowed me to open up other avenues by having time. So the goal in life is to make enough money to free up your time to do more stuff, have another stream of income. So if you like you guys know, my next stream of income is starting my own liquor company, Raylo Say. That's what I'm in the process of doing right now. Dump money into it. So that's gonna be my next stream of income. So I'm gonna have real estate. I'm gonna get back into that. I'm gonna have trucking. I'm gonna have liquor, stocks. I mean, you name it. I'm trying to get into it. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Someone says, thank you. The masterclass was valuable information. Everyone should get in that class. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Someone said, blessing Shorty and everyone. Has the market affected Amazon relay loads recently? I actually used to haul Amazon loads through a contractor, but I haven't seen many trailers on the road. Yeah, Amazon hasn't been stopped anything from the actual, I guess, the economic state that we're in, if that makes sense. So Amazon, I haven't seen a difference in it. It's usually slower in January, February this year. January usually is like the first week of January. Trucking slows down with Amazon Relay, but some strange reason it went a little longer than January this year. If you go back and look, like January, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks into January, the rates was still really good, like peak season, which is crazy. But after that, it slows back down. So now we're in the slow season. Like I always tell people, think of Amazon as like a mall. When the mall is packed, Amazon is packed. When the mall ain't packed, Amazon ain't packed. So Amazon right now, think about it. During Christmas times, everybody went spend all their money. Now what are people doing? Waiting on their taxes. Now they keep pushing the taxes back every year. February, March, middle of March, April. So with that being said, that's the only thing that really kind of affect the economy, I think, in my personal opinion. Someone said, are we going to be on your insurance and dispatch after the masterclass? No, you're going to have your own insurance and own everything, and you will dispatch your own truck. So let's just say you take the masterclass and you lease on after the masterclass. You're responsible for booking all of your own loads. You're responsible for hiring your own drivers. You're responsible pretty much like this. You're responsible for everything. And by the time your 6 months is up, you should be a pro at Amazon Relay. So you should be able to know how to do Amazon Relay like the back of your hand when your 6 months is up, if that makes sense. All right. Someone says, is the overnight training different than what you do if you already work for Amazon as a driver? It depends. It's a good question. I don't know what you mean as a driver. Are you talking about as in DSP? Or are you talking about if you're already doing Amazon Relay for somebody in a truck? If you're doing DSP, then yes, it's completely different than doing Amazon Relay with a truck. All right. Someone said Amazon is constantly building new facilities in my area. Yeah, Amazon getting big, man. Amazon, I think Amazon trying to take over everything. Amazon put a lot of stores out of business. I know before I purchase anything, the first thing I do is go to Amazon to see where it's at. And like y'all heard me stated, that Amazon did that deal with Hyundai, where you can actually go buy a brand new car and Amazon will deliver it. So I can only expect that Amazon is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm almost positive this is probably going to open up. What's the thing called with Hot Shots? Some kind of way with Hot Shots delivering cars. So I'm waiting to see how that's going to roll out or how that's going to affect the industry. I don't know if there's going to be under the Relay umbrella or that's going to be under a completely different umbrella. But I do know with Amazon, you can go to Amazon and literally buy a car. So that's crazy. And I know they've been talking with other manufacturers to be able to buy a brand new car on Amazon and they deliver it to your house. So that's crazy. So yeah, Amazon is getting bigger and bigger. Someone said, do you let people pay to run under your authority? Yes, good question. Yes, I do. So basically, in a nutshell, because I keep kind of getting the same question, I know some people just tune in and some people are not. To join under the umbrella, to be able to lease on, to be able to bypass, let me start back from the beginning. If you're new, completely new to Amazon Relay, or you're completely new to trucking, right? You got to get an MC, DOT, UCR. You got to get your authority. You got to get an LLC. You got to get commercial insurance. You got to get a truck, right? Now, let's say you get those things. Now, after you get those things, what are you going to do? You have like a couple options. The first option is either A, you can find you somebody to lease on that you trust personally that you can lease on to and do Amazon Relay or do the DAT load board. Or you could just try to do the DAT load board, which means you're going to go try to find loads. And y'all already know, I say this all the time. It's hard to find loads for the first 6 months with a truck. Firstly, the first 90 days, but then after 90 days, then you get a little break. Some brokers will work with you. So for the first 6 months, it's still kind of hard to find loads. The bad part about the DAT load board is you don't have consistent work usually to stay in business. So you can book a load. Let's say you book a load from here to Houston. You get to Houston, what are you going to do? You might not find a load for 2 or 3 days. So the reason why I don't like the DAT load board is it's not super consistent like Amazon. Usually, I would say 95% of the people that try to do the DAT load board with a new authority fail. Why is that? It's not enough work. If you don't have enough work, what happens? A company crumbles. So with that being said, that's that. Or you can take my masterclass. What is my masterclass? My masterclass is a class that you join. I got a couple different masterclass. I have the group masterclass that's coming up this Saturday. I think I have 2 more slots left for that. It's $9.99. It allows you to cover everything that you need to get up and running. Basically, how to set up your company, how to get started, how to get your authority, how to get gas cards, everything, ELDs. I mean, everything you need, we pretty much covered in that masterclass. Then we also cover how to book loads, how to find loads, how to read the DAT load board, pretty much everything that you need to be successful in trucking. Ask anybody that took any one of my classes. When you leave out of that class, you're gonna leave out that class with all the information and all the context you need to be successful. If you don't know something, we'll help you get it or figure it out. So then we also talk about compliance because a lot of people don't talk about compliance. As you all know, like I stated, when I first started my company, I kept my job for literally a year before I left out of my job. Well, with that being said, guess what? I was making mistakes along the way. I made a costly mistake that having my logistics company shut down for 30 days. I had 5 trucks, 7 drivers, had to pay for 5 insurance. So with that being said, guess what? That ended up costing me $14,000. That was a $14,000 mistake. So most people can't afford that. So we also cover compliance in the master class, and then we also cover taxes. So with that being said, you join the master class. If you don't have nothing, you don't know nothing about logistics, we will walk you through everything. It's not a course. It's not something busy work. Is look, you need a LLC. This is who you go to. You need your authority. This is who you go to. You need your LD. This is who you go to. Every single person that you need. If you don't know nothing about logistics, we will walk you through the process. Right after that, once you get everything and you're in compliance, then you are allowed to lease on for the 180 days while your authority matures in the background. So when your authority hits 180 days, you apply to Amazon Relay, you get your own account, you're good to go. They charge 10% to run under their authority for the first 180 days, and that's pretty much it. So if you want to join, the next question a lot of people have asked me is, hey man, I got my LLC, I got my authority, I got my papers, I already got a truck. Can I lease on? Can I just pay you to join? I would gladly love to just take $1,000 from you guys, say, hey, you can lease on. However, it doesn't work that way. The reason why is because I will be doing whoever you leasing on a disservice. Why is that? If you think that you just give me $1,000, I pray with somebody, you're going to tear up that person's account. You're going to fail. I can almost guarantee it. So with that being said, the people that I partner with don't want nobody leasing on. So it's just not by the $1,000. They want you to be educated. They want you to know how to book loads, when to book loads, how to manage your drivers, how to be in compliance. So they don't want you to come to them as a baby and now you calling them every day. Some of these people still work their 9 to 5. So when they come to you, they want you to become trained, that you know what you're doing. When you step foot on their account, you know what you're doing. You know how to book loads, you know how to manage your drivers, and you ain't gonna be a headache. So that is the reason why everybody that joined my masterclass, they not gonna just take nobody that just don't join the masterclass, if that makes sense. So the masterclass is you're paying for the information, you're paying how to run your company, you're paying how to manage everything, pay your drivers, pay scale, everything you need to be successful. $9.99. Like I said, I got 2 classes, 2 slots open for the class that's coming up. I have a big group master class once a month or once every 6 months. And then I also just came up with the VIP mini class. That's $11.50. That's Monday through Thursday. You book a slot, $11.50. You're gonna be on the class. We usually like 2 or 3 other people, or you can do the VIP one-on-one. That price went up to $12.50. It used to be $12.50, then I dropped it to $11.50. But now that it's back at $12.50. That's you, me, and my business partner at $12.50, one person. However, like those are the 3 things I have. I also do consultations, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, $149 for 30 minutes, $199 for an hour. I got 2 and 3 day driver training. The 2 day driver training, you would come to Atlanta, train, $350. You don't go with the trainer over the road. And then I also have a 3 day driver training where you do go with the driver over the road, and that's $400, because a lot of people want to see that. So pretty much any and everything you want to get up and running, we can help you with. If you bought my ebook previously and you want to get into the master class, you send email to info at boxtruckshorty.com. Proof of purchase that you purchased the ebook, and we'll let you in the master class for $750. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell, if that makes sense. Someone says, let's see, we got some more questions. I have to, can I pay half now? I pay, yes, so you can pay half and then half before the class. So yes, you can break that up into 2 payments. Yes, you can. All right, let's see what somebody said. Somebody said, do you need good credit to lease the trucks? Good question. Y'all answered some good questions tonight. No, you do not need good credit to lease a truck. So that's another thing. I always like to touch on that. If you want to get into trucking right now, you don't have no credit, bad credit, you just, whatever it is, your credit went through a divorce, but your credit is bad, you have zero credit to do the process I'm doing. There's no credit needed. Matter of fact, you're not even going to give you a social. So with that being said, credit is not a play. The background is not a play. So you can have bad credit, no credit. You can have a background. You could be on probation. You could be on parole. There is no credit check, no background check to do Amazon Relay. When people say background and all of that other credit stuff, they're talking about Amazon DSP, which is completely different from Amazon Relay. So Amazon Relay, no background check, no credit check, none of that. So you can rent a truck. They don't even ask you about your credit, because credit is it doesn't matter when you're renting a truck. All right. Someone said attending the masterclass comes with the lease on option to address the 180-day repair for Amazon Relay. Correct. Someone said, if we can't make it to the masterclass this weekend, when will your next big one be? The next big one, I haven't pick a date yet. I know, what's this? We're in March, April. I'm not sure if I'm going to have one in April or May. I know my son's is graduating in May, so I don't know exactly what day. And I know I plan to go on vacation in May. So I don't know if I'm going to skip May or come back in June. All right, D Wells, yes, you can pay half. Yes, you can. Someone says, great information. What's a good way to innovate as a subcontractor using rentals? I don't know what that question means, Mike B, but I know pretty much with the rentals, you will be setting up your rental account with the LLC. So you will already kind of be, I guess, a subcontractor, if that's what you're asking. Someone said, I've been doing Amazon for 3 years now. Shorty is giving out some solid info in general, just to keep it 100. Most of y'all fail. Amazon is no picnic. Respect to Shorty. Thank you. Thank you. I agree. Amazon is not a picnic. And see, somebody said they've been doing it for 3 years. Is a science to it. It's a little bit tricky. It's not like the DAT load board. And see, the reason why people like the DAT load board is because the DAT load board requires little to no skills. All you got to do is get a dispatcher, find loads, book the loads. You show up, they unload and load your truck. With Amazon Relay, is a little bit more moving targets. But however, I do like to tell people this right here. One of the number one mistakes or myths that people do is they look at the Amazon load board and they compare it to the DAT load board. What they're doing is they look at the load board and say, oh man, there's no loads on here. And in theory, they're making sense because Amazon don't put loads on the load board in the middle of the day. And even if they did, it's just trash. Those loads leave days out in advance. So one of the things what people don't understand about Amazon Relay is that when you look at the load board, look what time the loads leave. They usually leave days in advance. But what they don't know is all of those loads actually will mature. So if you're booking loads days in advance with Amazon Relay, you're going to be out of business. Okay, it's completely different from the DAT load board. The DAT load board, when you look, you see it is what it is. All right, they don't play like up and down games with the DAT load board. But once again, the DAT load board is super hard if you have a new authority because it's not consistent enough to keep you in business, if that makes sense. It's not about home runs. This is the thing I always tell people about logistics. Everybody want to come in a home run, and I hear people, man, can I make $5,000 a week? Can I hit $6,000 a week with a box truck? And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know where y'all be hearing this at, but I'm not saying it's impossible. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, with one truck, we got to get out of that mind of one truck, one driver. Guess what? Whatever one truck make, this is what I always tell people. You want to make $6,000 a week with a truck? Guess what? Get you 2 trucks. What's stopping you from renting a truck, driving the truck, scaling, putting another driver in that other truck? Because remember this, when you get your MC and DOT number, you're able to get as many trucks as you want. I think a lot of people think when you get an MC and DOT number, every truck you get, you got to go back through this whole entire process. No. Once you get your MC and DOT one time, you can get as many trucks as you want. So if you want to make $5,000 a week, because some people, I don't know where they stuck on 5 or 6,000, get you a truck, drive that one truck, get you a second truck, have a driver driving it while you're driving your truck. So now you're making money passively off this person while you're driving your truck. You can, the sky's the limit. Why 5,000 a week got to be the goal? You know what I'm saying? You can make 10,000, 15,000, but you have to scale up with trucking. The key with trucking is scaling. UPS don't have one truck, FedEx don't have one truck, DHL don't have one truck. Nobody has one truck. But when we think about trucking, everybody just want one truck, one driver, and I want to make $5,000 or $6,000. That's trying to hit a home run every time you get up to bat. I don't worry about home runs. I hit base hits. You know why? I make my money per truck per night without driving. Hope that makes sense. Someone said, how long did it take you to get up and running after you got everything set up? It literally, so when I came into the game, Dodge, there was no 180-day wait. So literally, as soon as I came into the game, I applied to Amazon Relay. It took me literally like a couple, 2 or 3 days to get approved. I was literally booking loads. You can go back and fact check me if you want. I documented that process. I think my first week I made $2,000 running with Amazon because I was only running like 5 days. Second week, 2,000. Third week, 2,000. Then about 3 or 4 weeks, I got my second truck. Then I was doing like $4,000, 4,000 a week, 4,000, 4,000. I was only booking 5 days. Then I realized how to, manage my truck and keep my truck moving. So then I started driving, getting 3 trucks. So anyway, to make a long story short, I basically kept scaling up to 7, 8 trucks. And then it took me 19 months to actually hit my first million in trucking. So 19 months, anywhere from 5 to 8 trucks, just up and down, learning the process. And I documented my process on YouTube and on IG. You can go back and fact check me and look. I used to post it every Friday. It used to be called Motivational and Inspirational Friday. So every week I would just document what I made from Amazon Relay, if that makes sense. All right. Someone said, what is Relay tenure? Can you explain? Amazon Relay is a division of Amazon that's completely different from the DSP. When you see the Sprinter vests and the cargo vans and the little cube trucks or little trucks, that is Amazon DSP. That's when somebody's coming, bringing freight or a package and delivering it to your house. That part of Amazon has a background check. That part of Amazon has, it's just different. You got a background check and you come into somebody's house. So that's why it's a background check. Amazon Relay does not require you to take any packages or parcels to a person's house. So that's why it's not a background. First, secondly, Amazon Relay, when you apply to Amazon Relay, the reason why it can't be a background check is because you're applying with a LLC. So a LLC can't be like a felon, if that makes sense, because it's not a real person, it's an entity. So you're applying to Amazon Relay with a LLC. So now when you get on, what we do is we pick up freight from a distribution center or fulfillment center, and we take it to another distribution center, or we take it to another or Amazon post office. So because of that, there is no background check or anything like that. Anybody that got a valid driver's license can operate a 26,000 pound box truck. So that is what Amazon Relay is. We just take it from a post office to the post office or a post office to a house. Basically what they call is like middle mile. if that makes sense. So to sum it up, let me give you a better example of what Amazon Relay is. Like I explained before, let's just say 200 miles outside of Georgia is a town called, I don't know, Tifton, right? There's a place called Tifton. I don't know how far it's from Atlanta, but let's just say Tifton, Georgia has 1,000 people in Tifton, right? Tifton, somebody in Tifton wants to order something off Amazon. Well, guess what? But only because there's 1,000 people there, Amazon don't feel like, hey, this place is big enough for me to put a fulfillment center or a distribution center there, right? So how am I going to get something to somebody in Tifton, Georgia that only has 1,000 people? Right. So what Amazon do is they came up with a contract where they signed with the United States Post Office where we would take up the freight from maybe Atlanta. We would drive out 200 miles, drop that freight off at, let's say 5 or 10 different post offices. The post office person will actually pick up the Amazon package, freight box or whatever, and deliver it alongside the mail at these people places in Tifton. That's what Amazon Relay is. We pretty much delivering places that Amazon can't have coverage at, if that makes sense. So it always blows my mind when people don't really know. They're like, oh man, Amazon got their own trucks. They're going to get their own trucks. Amazon, that's not stupid. They wouldn't put a fulfillment center in a place where there's not enough people. So Amazon Relay, in a theory, is never going to go away because it just don't make sense, if that makes sense. So I hope that answered your question. Someone said, is Box Truck Insurance to come by, is it been pretty high getting quotes and recommendation? No, not if you have a broker. If you have a broker, the insurance is not that high. Now, it depends on your state. Like Florida kind of high insurance. New York, Cali, certain parts of Cali, Louisiana, certain places do have kind of high insurance, but there's also little ways around it, if that makes sense. But your insurance is also one of those things where I always talk to people about. It is based off your driving record. If you got DUIs, stuff like that, and it's been over 5 years, you're good to go. However, if you got like speeding tickets in the last year or wrecks or crashes or, anything like that, then it will affect your commercial insurance. Like I always tell people, if your regular car insurance is high, then guess what? Your commercial insurance probably will be high. But it's also ways around that. Add somebody that got a good, driving record. You come on as a driver versus being the main person on the policy, if that makes sense. So it's a little bunch of ways. You can even actually move your LC to another state or to a cheaper place. It's a bunch of little things. And I always come on here, man. I tell you guys, information is power. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Information is key. What you know will get you in, and who you know will keep you in. Information. So someone said, huge question, Mr. Shorty. During the current or prior off season with Amazon Relay for the box truck, what has been the average weekly payout for your drivers that you can share, if you will? So I pay my drivers the same much no matter what, if it's peak season, off peak season, whatever. So I don't use a percentage base, Chris, and I don't use hourly. So I pay my drivers by a set pay scale that I have in my ebook. No matter what time of the year is. Now during peak seasons, I do give them a little bonus, but most of my drivers is pretty much on a set pay scale. So I don't affect their pay if it's low for 1 month or 2 months. So that way they get pretty much a set rate, if that makes sense. And I do have an ebook too that's $9.99. 99 bucks. You can go grab that. It comes with my pay scale, comes with all my stuff. So if you kind of just want to testing out logistics and you kind of just want to see and get stuff started, grab the ebook. It's 99 bucks. It's on sale still. Someone said, I have one truck, man. I am using Mothership. Okay, yeah, I heard of Mothership before. I heard of some people do that. Someone said, with no own authority. I don't understand what that means. Someone said, any other that don't require authority. I don't know what that means either. Right now, Box Truck Show, the Ultimate Bundle Pack ebook is on sale for 99 bucks. Come with a third party, all referrals. That's right. That's right. Someone said I'm in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a good spot for trucking. Someone says, what's the best time to post a truck? Early in the morning. I would say early in the morning, stars. Is the best time to post a truck. All right. Someone said, yes. What's the ways around it? I think somebody talking to somebody. Is New York cheaper for insurance? Yes. New York is pretty much the cheapest. So if you want to know what place I think is the cheapest that I have seen from helping people for the last 4 years, it has been North Carolina. North Carolina got some of the cheapest insurance. For example, when I first started and I came into the industry, my insurance was $13.75. The second year it went down to $10.75. The third year it went down to like $7.85. However, I have seen people currently coming through North Carolina where their insurance starting off their first year has anywhere between $900 to $1,000. The cheapest I've seen somebody, theirs was like 800 and something bucks. But on average, between $900 and $1,000 is what I've seen for full coverage as a brand new authority in the state of North Carolina. So yeah, if you're in North Carolina, you're already at a thing. I just had a master class with a guy, and I think his was like 1,025 in North Carolina with a brand new authority, less than 30 days. So that's crazy. That's good. That's really good. Someone said, do I have to add the drivers to my policy? Yes. If they're driving a vehicle, yes, you do. Oops. Someone said, leasing on. Will you have access to the early access low boy? Yes, you will, stars. All right. Let's see. All right. My thing is kind of lagging a little bit here. Let's see. Someone said, after we join the class, how long will it be before we get up and start running? Good question. So it depends. Some people who join the master class are at different levels. Let's say you join the master class and you have nothing. Like you say, you know what? I don't have nothing. I don't even have an LLC. Most people, I would say it takes about a good 30 days to get up and running. First step, of course, is getting your LLC. After you get your LLC, what you don't know is your authority takes 21 business days. So there's no way to fast track that. So if you have nothing, 21 business days is really in theory a month. But in that month, you could be working on everything in the background, the gas cards, all of your compliance stuff, everything that you need, your training for Amazon, everything you need. So when your 30 days do hit and your authority goes active, you can literally hit the ground and be up and running. So I always tell people, if you have nothing and you're completely brand new to trucking and you want to get up and running, I would say budget for a good 30 days. 30 days, you should be in there. No more than, let's say you just moving slow. I would say no more than 30 days. And that's not after the class. That's like if you was to take a class and you didn't have nothing, literally 30 days after the class. Now, let's say you already got your LLC before you start the class. Then it could be 21 business days, which is still close to 30 days. Now, let's just say you already have your LLC, you already have your authority process started. You in the middle of you just waiting on it. Or let's say you already have your authority. Literally, if you have everything in compliance, you already have your authority set up, then I would say 5 to 7 days after the master class, you should be up and running booking loads. All right. Someone says, I've been thinking about hiring a driver, but I don't trust anyone to be responsible enough for my Amazon score. It would have to be someone I know, not a guy off the street. Your score is your money. I agree with you, Horseman. That's 100%. But the thing is, that's the reason why so you doing Amazon, that's the reason, because your score is so important. That's the reason why we have to make sure everybody has been trained. Horseman, I know you already been doing it, but book a consultation with me, man. I can show you how to manage that driver where you can literally scale up, get you a driver, and you got to basically have a performance management contract. And I can show you how to do that. So book a consultation with me, bro. I'll walk you through that process and you will thank me later for hiring drivers. I guarantee you. Don't be afraid of that score, because this is also a thing too. I don't know if you know this, Horseman, too. The more trucks you have running under account, when you do get something bad, it doesn't affect your score as severely as if you have one truck, because it's like an average. I never really said this. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have one truck and somebody gets a rejection in a week, and you got one truck doing 7 loads. That might drop you down to like an F or 60 with just one rejection. Now, let's say you have 5 trucks running and you're doing, load every night. So that's 5 trucks running a night. That's 35 loads you will be doing in a week, roughly, right? Now, let's just say you get one rejection. Instead of that score dropping down to like a 60 something, you might drop down to like a 94, 92 with just one rejection, because it's an average of everything you did for the week in total, not just off of that one truck. So don't be scared. The more trucks you get, Horseman, the better it is for your company, if that makes sense. Someone said, Mr. Shorty, I'm looking forward to investing in your masterclass. Blessing everyone. Thank you. Thank you. That's what's up, bro. Come on, join the masterclass. Someone said, let's see. Someone said, is New York good for trucking, or should I do it in another state remotely? To be honest with you, everybody who I've known who've done it in New York, they will, even if they lived in New York, they put their trucks in either Connecticut, Jersey, or somewhere else. The reason being is New York traffic is crazy. So with that being said, and all the tolls and stuff like that, and that's another thing. You don't have to be where your truck is at. If you're renting a truck doing the process I'm doing, why your trucks have to be there? Your trucks don't have to be in New York. You stay in New York, put your trucks in Connecticut, put your trucks in Jersey, put your trucks in Virginia, put your trucks anywhere you want to. This system will allow you to put your trucks anywhere. So most people, just being transparent with you, bro, New York traffic is crazy. It's probably not as bad as Atlanta, but traffic is horrible in New York. And the roads are horrible. The turns is narrow. So I wouldn't recommend trying to set it up and do book loads off of the New York load board. That's just my 2 cents. But can you do it? Yes. All right. Someone said, how do you go about getting funding for fuel cards? You don't need funding for fuel cards because fuel cards, if you go through my people, then it's pretty much no credit check. You can just get a fuel card. So tap in with me, 400. Or if you already got the ebook, just grab the ebook. I already got my person in there. I can help you out with the gas cards. So you don't have to worry about funding. Okay. Someone says, how do you pay your drivers doing Amazon Relay, by the mileage or by percentage? So I have a set pay scale by the miles. So I don't do hourly and I don't do percentage. I do a set scale that if they drive between this and this, then they get paid this. Is like a set scale, if that makes sense. Someone said, I live in Georgia. Do I need to register agent for the LLC? If so, do you have any recommendations on business addresses? No, you do not. In the state of Georgia, you do not need a registered agent to form an LLC. You can list yourself as the registered agent or anybody for the registered agent in the state of Georgia. All right. Someone says, let's see. If you book a load and get canceled, do you still get compensated for that canceled load? Good question, Stars. Only if that load is being picked up within 2 hours. So if I book a load, what time is it now in Atlanta? 9:40. If I book a load and let's say in the morning, let's say for example, I booked the load 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, right? I booked the load for 2 o'clock. If Amazon cancel that load anytime after 12 a.m. within 2 hours of pickup, they will pay me $175. It's called a TONU, truck, TONU. That means that they're going to pay me. Now, if they cancel that load, I booked that load right now and they cancel it, like let's say in 30, 45 minutes prior to 12 o'clock, then they're not going to pay you. So they only pay you if it's within 2 hours of picking up that load. But that is a good question. All right. So to me personally, a lot of people complain. It's like, oh, I was on my way to the Amazon facility and they canceled the load. Well, guess what? You just made $175 to do nothing. So guess what you got to do? Go back on the load button and book another load. I love it when Amazon cancel my load. And that's why people complain like, oh, they canceled my load. So go book another load off the load board. Now I'm going to make what I make, keep that 175 plus the load I'm going to book. So it's so easy. And I love it when they cancel my load and pay me 175. Someone said, what to do if you're due for an audit for the first time, but you letting your age 30 and don't have a box truck, only using a pickup truck, but not running. I can submit some documents. Yes, you can. So basically you need to tap in with me and get in contact with my compliance officer. She could be able to help you with that audit. She can help you. Like if you just basically age in your authority, it's a little bit things you got to do a little bit different to get past that audit, if that makes sense. All right. Someone said, have you worked with any other load boards besides Amazon Relay? If not, why? Yes, I've worked with the DAT load board, but the reason, like I stated earlier in this class, I don't know, I keep still thinking I'm in a class. The reason why I don't like it is because the DAT load board is not consistent enough. It doesn't have a lot of work for people that's under 6 months. 90 days, you get a little break, but under 6 months, they really don't want to work with you. Then when they do work with you, it's just a lot of work. Let me give you an example. Like, let's say tomorrow I want to go book a load on the DAT load board. I got to look at the DAT load board, see how much the load is paying, call up a broker, talk to the broker, or email the broker back and forth about a load. Let's say the load goes to Houston. They pay $1,000. We got to negotiate back and forth the email. Then they're going to send me a carrier pack. I got to fill this out, DOT, MC, insurance, all of this stuff, email it back to them, wait till them to get back to me. Then if that's the case, then they got to send me the rate comp. It's just too much moving parts for me personally. So that's the reason why I don't like it. So then now when I book that load, right, let's say that thing got, let's say 30 days to pay. Most people don't want to wait 30 days to get paid. So now what they got to do is now they got to go and get a factoring company. Now out of that $1,000, I got to pay 2 to 4% to a factoring company. Now when my driver get out of there, now I got to find him a load coming back. Now, if I don't find him a load coming back or a load to leave out of there, he going to have to sit a day or two. Guess what I got to do? I got to pay for lodging. He ain't going to sleep in the truck for 2 days. So now I got to pay for a hotel. So me personally, this is just me. I don't like the DAT load board. There's a lot of paperwork. It's not a lot of consistency. It's not a lot of, it's just not fun. I like simplicity. I like easy stuff, if that makes sense. I feel like, in my personal opinion, I can make enough money with Amazon where my drivers are home daily. I never have to pay for lodging. Been doing this 4 years, never paid for a driver to spend the night outside of his house. Never had to use factoring for Amazon because Amazon pay you literally every week. What else? I can run my whole entire company from my cell phone. I don't need a dispatcher, so I'm saving 10% right there by not having a dispatcher. And that's pretty much it, man. I can go on vacation and book all my loads. I can go out, book all my loads. I can run my whole entire operation as long as I have Wi-Fi or a cell phone. If I'm in another country on vacation, I can literally still manage and book all my loads from my cell phone. So the simplicity part of Amazon, no paperwork. I don't have to get a rate con, all of this email to me, have my driver keep this in the truck. They gotta download this app to track me. None of that stuff. When it's time to get paid next week for Amazon Relay, guess what? If I book 35 loads this week, guess what? Next week, they're going to pay me for 35 loads. I don't have to submit anything. There's nothing for me to do. Amazon is easy. It allows you to free up time to do whatever else you want to do. I literally spend less than an hour a day running my whole operation. That's from the time I wake up in the morning to the time I go to bed with my drivers, and that's with running 5 trucks. Now, if you got more than 5 trucks, yeah, it's going to take a little bit more. But I have my business and system on autopilot. I use Postal Truck to find most of my loads for me. So, with that being said, Amazon, I love it. Some people hate it. I love it. It's just like Amazon and the dad load board or OT. I always say it's like a love hate relationship. It's like Amazon. I mean, it's like Apple and Android. Some people love Apple. Some people hate Apple. Some people love Android. Some people hate Android. Which one is better? It's just up to you. So when I'm giving you guys my personal appearance, my personal experience, I'm giving you my opinion on what I like better. Is there somebody with the dad low board making money? I'm pretty sure. But majority of the people ain't gonna be able to do that. You're not gonna be able to have consistent work. But I always tell people this: it's always gonna be successful people in the same industry that is gonna be unsuccessful people. So they're gonna be successful people with the dad low board, unsuccessful. There's gonna be successful people with Amazon, unsuccessful. There's no industry in this world where everybody's gonna be successful. None. It doesn't exist because a lot of it comes balls down to grind and hustle. That's the one thing I can't teach you guys. All right. Someone says average weekly per truck. Are you talking about average rental rate or average? What are you talking about average? Are you talking about average rental for a truck? Right now in this climate, I would say 500 to 550 is the average going rate for a rental truck, and anywhere between. If you get a good person, anywhere from 10 to 12 cents, but right now it kind of averages about 13 to 15 cents for a rental truck. Where can I find your ebook? All my services can be booked at boxtruckshorty.com. If you follow me on YouTube, you can go to boxtruckshorty.com. If you follow me on TikTok, boxtruckshorty.com. And you follow me on Instagram, boxtruckshorty.com, or you can click the link in my bio and grab anything. All my services is there. All my magazine articles from the Forbes to Canva to Rolling Stone. I forgot the other one. Was it Rolling something? But anyway, just pretty much all my stuff. Like I always tell people, fact check me. I don't have nothing to hide. I don't run from nothing. Fact check me. Go read my reviews, read my comments. Sometimes I get into it with people, but at the end of the day, I'm a very transparent person. I come on here, I do lives with you guys every week. I have master classes. I'm about to still do a meet and greet. I'm still just trying to get the dates right. So with that being said, do your homework on me. I always tell people that. Do your homework. Someone said, how do you feel about weekly contracts? The weekly contracts is all right. I don't really like messing with the weekly contracts because I feel like I can make better money off the DAT load board. I mean, not the DAT board, the postal truck load board versus the actual contracts. When contracts, they kind of lock you in and now you locked in. And when I first started, I used to pay attention to it, but I don't want to be locked in at a certain rate, if that makes sense. All right, let's see what we got here. Someone said, can you use somebody else for insurance if yours is high? Most definitely. Yes, you can. If your insurance, if you got a bad driving record, add grandmama, add mama, add daddy, add uncle, somebody that got a good driving record. And then it's the same thing with a car. Like I know back in the day when I was younger, when I was young and my insurance was sky high, I would add an older relative for the main person as the policy holder. Then I would just be added as a driver. And that would make a drastic difference in my insurance premium. Same thing with commercial insurance. You got tickets or something like that. Just add that person that got a good driving record, and you just come on as a driver. What's up? What's up, E? That boy Jabbar, how you doing? What's up, E? How you doing? Yo, that's crazy. That's my E. Was you my second or third driver? I can't remember when you started. I think you was my second or third driver. So when I started 4 years ago, man, that was E. He stopped off, he bought his own truck, did his own thing with trucking. So that's crazy, man. I ain't spoke to you in a minute. How you been doing though, bro? So he remember me from back in the day when I used to have a record label. So when y'all think I be BSing and stuff like that, man, I had an artist, made it to the radio. I mean, pretty much, man, I've been a serial entrepreneur all my life. So if I can try to get it, I'm gonna try to get it. So let's see. Kurt, it is a set pay scale was based off. Okay, yeah, somebody answering that question. Someone said it's going to take more than 5K to get started in California. Insurance first and last is going to be 4 to 5 and stuff. Yes, that's what I just said, P. Hampton. I saw you just joined. Cali, what I've been noticing is Cali, Florida, New York, and Louisiana for a second. That's the places where the insurance is just going to be a little bit higher in those states. Yep. You was my second driver, right? I knew it was something. You was my second driver, and then Norman was my third driver, right? So once I've been good on working on this music, but I'm gonna be building an engineer. That's what's up, bro. That is what's up. That's what's up. So if you just joining in the class, I got 2 slots left, like I stated, for the VIP. I mean not VIP, the group masterclass this Saturday, $9.99. Join that class. If not, I got a mini VIP class that's $11.50. 3 or 4 people to be in this class. And if you want to join the one-on-one VIP class, it went up to $12.50. It's no longer $11.50. For the VIP one-on-one, it's $12.50. But you can get the same exact information in the mini group class. It's just a small class. It's not nowhere near as big as the big group masterclass that we have once a month. Okay, 2 more slots coming up. And I'm not going to keep you guys on here super duper long tonight. So y'all better go ahead and fire off questions. If y'all want to get y'all questions answered, because I'm not trying to stay on super long tonight. Let me see if I see any. Is there any questions I missed? If I missed any of you guys' questions, go ahead and fire them off at the bottom. Someone said, brother, after the master class, can we lease a semi under you, someone's authority, and do relay? Yes, you can. So you can lease on with a semi or a box truck. Yes, you can. Now, this is the thing. If you have a semi, then you know with a semi CDLs, you do have to be in the drug and alcohol consortium, but that's pretty much standard. But yes, you can lease on with a semi as well. Semi, box trucks, 16-foot cube trucks. Someone said, do you need cargo insurance or just liability? For Amazon Relay, you will need cargo insurance and a liability. You need both. You will. Someone says, we have a mini group VIP class that has 4 slots left for this Monday. Yes, this Monday. If you can't join this class this Saturday, join the VIP, the group mini class that's just Monday. It's 4 slots left, $11.50 to get you in there. Someone said, Lance Brown said, how much for a mentorship? I don't really have a mentorship per se. Only thing I have is pretty much my masterclass. Because my masterclass, what I did was I used to have a mentorship. That mentorship was $5,000, right? I realized everybody can't afford $5,000. So what I did was I crunched down the masterclass, a mentorship into a masterclass. That's why the group masterclass is so long. Cover the same kind of information, but just in the mentorship, we was going over in smaller pieces to digest it. The masterclass, big class, you get all the information in one day. If you need to reach me afterwards, all you got to do is book a consultation. Most people, being transparent, that take the masterclass, they might have to book 2 or 3 consultations afterwards because it's a lot of information. When you get to that point, even if you have to book 3 consultation, that's still way cheaper than dropping $5,000. So you paid $1,000 for the class, and you had to do it 3 times. That's $450. So that's $1,450. But you have me as a mentor. Anytime you need me, just book a consultation with me. We cover, I figure out, help you, anything that you need. So just look at it as a mentorship. Like as they people you go to restaurant a la carte, that's what it is. When you need me, you need me. If it's something small, then I answer it in my DMs or usually have my phone number after the class. But otherwise, you know what I'm saying. If you need something that we need to sit down and talk about, just book a consultation, if that makes sense. Someone said, which is better, sole proprietor or LLC? There's no right or wrong way. It just depends on how you're setting up your company. I like LLCs. I've never did a sole proprietary because the sole proprietary, from what I heard from taxes, it kind of, the way the money flows is different. So I like LLCs, even if you just going to be one person, if that makes sense, Lamont. That's just my personal opinion. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes, then I'm going to get out of here. But like I stated, I got a couple more slots for the class this Saturday. 2 slots left. Jump in this class. If you can't make it, we got the VIP mini. Monday, we got 4 slots open, $11.50. And if you can't make that, you can jump in it and get the one-on-one VIP that has went up to $12.50. All right. With that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. I've been on here for 53 minutes. I'm going to get out of here. Hope to see you guys next week, or hope to see you guys that's in the class this week right here. Hope to see you guys at the top. All right. Take care. Yes, $250 for the refresher stars. That's right. If you already took the master class previously and it was a while and you just need some more refresher, you took it like say in June or January. All you got to do is send an ebook. an email to info@BoxTruckShorty, and we will let you take the class for $250 if you previously take it, because we do know it's a lot of information. All right. So take care. Someone said, just logged in, quit. So the master class is $9.99. So the rest fees are $5,000. Just the LC, MC, insurance, truck rental, extra. Yes, Curtis. So I'm gonna stay on for just a couple more seconds. I usually stay on with you guys here on YouTube for a couple more minutes. So yes. So if you want to join the master class, yes, the master class is $9.99. I got 2 slots left for the master class this week right here. If you don't join that class, then I do have the group VIP mini class, which is Monday. That's a smaller class. It's 3 or 4 people. Is $11.50. If you don't want to be in a class with 2 or 3 other people, then basically you could book the VIP one-on-one. That's $12.50. That's me, you, and my business partner. But you get the same exact thing in the group mini master class that you will get in the VIP one-on-one. There's some people they just want this one-on-one. So that's why that is $12.50. The group mini, same exact information. That's just $11.50. All right. 2 slots, like I stated, Monday through Thursday, we do the VIPs and the group minis throughout the class. Because I don't know when the next group master class is going to be. But yes, the group master class is $9.99. If you previously bought an ebook from me for $9.99 or an ebook, then it's just $7.50. You just send an email to info@BoxTruckShorty. That's info@BoxTruckShorty.com. Shows proof that you bought that ebook, and then we'll let you in the class for $7.50. If you previously took the master class and you just want to take the master class because it's been a long time, you just got your money, you could just get up and running. All you got to do is pay $250, and we'll let you back in the master class as a refresher if we have slots available. All right. So I hope that answered your question. I'm gonna take off. Take care. Hope to see you guys at the top. All right.